Relationships are supposed to be a place where love, trust, and respect flourish, but sometimes even the most intelligent and experienced among us miss the signs that something is wrong. These red flags can be sneaky, sometimes disguised as caring gestures, and other times so subtle we convince ourselves they're no big deal. But trust me, these red flags are dangerous, and they can eat away at the very core of what you believe to be a healthy relationship. Here are red flags that even the smartest people might overlook. 1. Always asking for your approval. At first, it seems sweet. Do you think this shirt looks good on me? What do you think about this job offer? Asking for your opinion is part of a healthy relationship. But when it starts to feel like they can't make a single decision without your validation, it's a huge warning sign. It's more like a cry for help, a sign of insecurity and self-doubt. They'll feel like everything they do is just to impress you. And before you know it, you're trapped in a cycle where they expect the same constant validation from you. It can be suffocating, and it's a slow erosion of your own sense of self. 2. Zoning out when you talk. You're pouring your heart out, sharing your thoughts, your hopes, your day, and they don't even look at you. Their eyes wander, they zone out, or worse, they change the subject as if you never spoke. In the beginning, it might be easy to excuse it. Maybe they're just tired or distracted. And then you notice they're more focused when they talk to others. And that feeling, that hollow feeling in your chest, is when you realize they just don't care anymore. Can you be truly happy with someone who isn't willing to listen? Someone who isn't interested in you? 3. Complaining about others all the time. At first, it might feel like a safe space for them to vent about their frustrations. Maybe they're just having a rough time, but eventually it becomes clear it's not just their frustrations. They're always complaining, always finding faults in others. And guess what? Eventually you'll become the subject of their gossip too. What's worse, you might start adopting their negative mindset, and before you know it, you're both drowning in a sea of complaints, never appreciating the good around you. It's a toxic spiral, and once you're in it, it's so hard to escape. 4. Always being tired. There's a difference between being tired from a long day and constantly claiming exhaustion, especially in a new relationship. When they're always tired, but show no real signs of illness or stress, it's a sign of laziness or avoidance. It may not seem like a big deal at first, but eventually you'll be doing all the work. You'll be the one carrying the load, whether it's making money, keeping the house in order, or even initiating intimacy. Are you prepared to shoulder all that alone? 5. Always being busy. Sure, we all admire a hardworking, ambitious partner, but there's a fine line between ambition and avoidance. They're always busy with no real reason, and you can't even get a moment of their time. It's a huge red flag. It's easy to mistake this for a sign of success or dedication, but in reality, they're avoiding you. No one is that busy. If they love you, they'll make time for you, because time is one of the most precious things they can give. If they can't find time for you, their priorities are clearly somewhere else. 6. Apologizing with blame. This one might sting, because it feels so manipulative. They say, "I'm sorry," but then add a little bit of "but." That shifts the blame back to you. "I'm sorry I flirted with my ex, but why were you snooping through my phone?" It might make you question yourself, and that's exactly the point. It's a trick to make you feel guilty and forget that they're the ones who did something wrong. This isn't an apology. This is a way to shut you down, make you feel bad, and avoid responsibility. And deep down, they probably don't even believe they were in the wrong. 7. Telling you that you're their savior. When your partner tells you that they need you like a savior, it might sound romantic at first, but this is a dangerous manipulation tactic. It makes you feel special, needed, and important, but it also makes you feel responsible for their well-being. Over time, they'll use this to control you. The more you give, the more they take, until you're drained emotionally, physically, and mentally. This isn't love, it's a power dynamic that will wear you down. 8. Lack of enthusiasm for your accomplishments. When you achieve something, whether it's a career milestone, a personal victory, or simply a small success, your partner's reaction should be one of support and excitement. But what happens when they don't care? When they roll their eyes and dismiss your achievement? At first, you might brush it off, but over time, this lack of enthusiasm will chip away at your self-esteem. They might even begin to belittle your hard-earned success. This is a sign of insecurity, and the more you try to rise, the more they'll try to pull you down. 9. Being too devoted to the relationship. In the early days, it's natural for a relationship to consume your world. But if years down the line, your partner's entire life revolves around you and the relationship, it's unhealthy. You stop growing as individuals. You stop pursuing your own passions, your goals. The relationship becomes a codependency and it feels suffocating. This kind of devotion isn't love. It's a trap that keeps both of you stuck, unable to evolve. 10. Being overly friendly to your friends and family. At first, it seems great that your partner wants to bond with your loved ones, but when their friendliness feels too eager, too forced, it's a red flag. They're not just trying to get closer to your circle for friendship. They're doing it for control, for leverage. They want to get perks, access to your personal life, support when they need it, and even to sway opinions in their favor. It's manipulative, and it's a breach of trust. 11. Saying it's for your own good. This is the worst kind of manipulation, making decisions for you and justifying it as love. They'll claim that they're doing it because it's best for you. It's only because they care so much, that they know better than you. This is the kind of behavior that can destroy your sense of autonomy and self-worth. Love is about respect, not control. If they don't trust you to make your own decisions, they're disrespecting you, and that's not love. These red flags can be easy to overlook, especially if they're subtle or disguised as caring behavior. However, they can lead to unhealthy patterns that damages the relationship. Trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Keep an eye out for these signs, but also remember, don't let paranoia cloud your judgment. Not every mistake or flaw is a red flag, but if you start to see a pattern, don't ignore it. You deserve to be with someone who truly values you, who sees your worth, and who respects you for who you are. Trust that you can find love that uplifts you, not pulls you down. Only time and deeper understanding will show whether these behaviors are temporary or signs of deeper issues.